The new Golf is a very good car, and the 1.5 TSI shows that petrol engines are approaching diesels in terms of efficiency at wasn't long ago that ordering a petrol Golf represented a brave decision as far as residual values were concerned. Yet in this post-Dieselgate world, where diesel registrations were down 21% in August alone, you could well argue the opposite is now true. All of which makes the arrival of a new petrol engine into the Volkswagen range worthy of a closer look. The engine in question is a direct injection 1.5-litre four-cylinder turbo that will go on to appear in a wide variety of VW Group products, including the new Polo. It uses active cylinder management technology much like the 1.4-litre unit it replaces, meaning it can shut down cylinders when coasting in order to save fuel. Sounds complicated, but from behind the wheel you can't detect it happening. This engine is available in two states of tune, starting with a 128 bhp Blue Motion that returned 58.9 mpg on the EU combined cycle and can get from 062 mph in 9.1 seconds, although it is more notable for the fact it can switch off entirely when coasting in order to eke out every last mile per gallon. The car tested here has the more powerful 148 bhp version of the same engine, which is only available on higher-spec GT and R-Line edition Golfs and merely cuts off two of its four cylinders when coasting. It produces its maximum power between 5,006,000 rpm, while peak torque stands at 184 pounds-feet, between 1,503,500 revolutions per minute. These figures along with a sub 8.5 second 062 mph time put it at level pegging with the engine it replaces, although the combined fuel economy of 55.4 mpg is a useful improvement. The MK7 Golf facelift is a handsome hatchback for comparison purposes. VW's 2.0-litre diesel in 148 bhp guise makes peak power at 3,500 revolutions per minute and produces its 236 pounds-feet of torque from 1,750 revolutions per minute. On the EU combined cycle it manages 65.7 mpg, but it takes 3/10 longer to get from 062 mph and costs about £1,500 more than the 1.5 petrol in the same specification. All of which is a long-winded way of demonstrating that while ultimately not quite as fuel efficient as a diesel, the new 1.5 is certainly getting close. As much is confirmed on long motorway runs when it easily trickles along between 5,000 and 55 mpg, while average economy on mixed roads for us worked out in the high 40s. Compared with a diesel, this new engine is also supremely quiet, and while it lacks the TDI's big surge of mid-range torque, it is still plenty strong enough, as well as more flexible at low revs. Quality rather than quirkiness. The sporty looks of the R-Line edition, it borrows styling cues from the all-wheel drive Golf R, and the engine's keen performance might even fool you into thinking this 1.5 is some kind of subho hatch, but actually the engine isn't sweet enough at high revs to be worth exploring much beyond 4,500 revolutions per minute. Our car was fitted with VW's DSG dual-clutch automatic gearbox rather than the standard 6-speed manual. It's a fine combination for 95% of the time, but there's still some hesitancy when maneuvering, which can make shuffling into parallel parking spaces unnecessarily tricky, as well as causing a nervous delay when you go to pull out of a busy junction. The 1.5 TSI brings diesel efficiency into a petrol package. While it is possible to drive around such faults, it's a shame they blot an otherwise almost pristine copybook. Yes, the Golf really is that good. True, the latest MK7 facelift might not have made huge gains in any particular area, but nor did it need to. This is still the best all-round family car on sale today, deftly mixing just the right amount of space with a compliant and quiet ride and confidence-inspiring handling. Of the mainstream hatchbacks, the Golf also still feels like the benchmark for interior quality and design, with all models now coming with an excellent 8-inch touchscreen system and buyers also able to upgrade to an optional digital dial display. Throw in technology such as adaptive damping and radar cruise control with active lane guidance and you start to see how the Golf really does offer a lot of big car features in a relatively accessible package. Opt for the manual rather than the automatic. Our only reservation is that by restricting this particular engine and power output to higher trim levels, Volkswagen might price a lot of potential buyers out of contention. Mind you, they could do a lot worse than settle for the company's turbocharged 1.0-litre petrol engine instead, which on a pricey to performance ratio remains the sweet spot in the Golf range. Either way, for those who still want a Golf but don't want a diesel, the news is only good. The facts: Volkswagen Golf 1.5 TSI Evo R-Line Edition DSG tested 1,495cc turbocharged 4-cylinder petrol engine, 7-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox, front-wheel drive. Price on sale from £26,510 now. Power torque 148 bhp at 5,000–6,000 rpm, 184 pounds-feet at 1,503,500 revolutions per minute. Acceleration 062 mph in 8.3 seconds. Top speed 134 miles per hour. Fuel economy 56.5 mpg. EU combined CO2 emissions 114 gkm/VED. Costs £160 first year, then £140. Verdict: an outstanding all-rounder that provides a viable alternative to a diesel Golf, particularly for retail buyers. However, so does VW's 1.0-litre turbocharged petrol engine, which is cheaper still and almost as impressive. Telegraph rating: 5 out of 5 stars.